Have you ever felt a headache coming on and just knew a storm was about to hit? Or maybe a sudden heat wave or cold snap seems to trigger a full-blown migraine for you. You're not imagining it. For millions of people across the country, the weather isn't just small talk. It is a powerful and frustrating trigger for one of the most misunderstood neurological conditions out there. People often suspect that changes in barometric pressure, humidity, or temperature play a role in their headaches, and in many cases, they're absolutely right. Today, we're going to dive into the science behind how weather affects the brain, why these changes can spark migraines, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. First, let's talk about the specific weather culprits. We're talking about drops in air pressure right before a storm, rapid temperature swings from one day to the next, high humidity that makes the air feel thick and heavy, or even the dry air of winter. Strong winds and the bright glare from the sun can also be triggers. Many people say they can literally feel a storm approaching hours before it arrives, long before the sky even darkens. This isn't just a feeling. It's a reflection of the brain's incredible sensitivity to its environment. So what's actually happening in your head? One of the most studied triggers is barometric pressure. When the atmospheric pressure drops, it can create a tiny but significant pressure difference inside your sinuses and skull. This change can irritate pain-sensitive nerves and cause blood vessels in the brain to expand or constrict. For someone with a sensitive nervous system, this disruption is enough to push the brain over its threshold and ignite a migraine. Temperature and humidity are just as important. Sudden heat can expand blood vessels, while cold can cause them to clamp down. High humidity makes it harder for your body to cool down and stay hydrated. All these factors create stress on your system, affecting circulation and brain chemicals like serotonin, which is deeply involved in migraine activity. The weather doesn't directly cause a migraine, but it definitely sets the stage. Now, scientific research shows that this is a very personal issue. Some studies find clear links between certain weather patterns and an increase in migraine attacks for some people, while others in the same study show no reaction at all. This tells us that weather sensitivity is highly individual. It likely comes down to your genetics and how other factors like stress, sleep, and diet interact with the weather. So, the big question isn't whether weather triggers migraines in general, but whether it triggers your migraines. This is where a simple headache diary becomes your best friend. By tracking when your migraines happen and noting the weather conditions like temperature, humidity, or if a storm is on the way, you can start to see your personal patterns. Maybe it's always the day before it rains. Maybe it's that first really hot day of summer. Or maybe it's a combination of a weather change and a stressful day at work. The key is that weather rarely acts alone. It often teams up with other triggers. So, if you discover that weather is a major trigger for you, what can you do? You can't control the forecast, but you can control your response. First, stay hydrated. Even mild dehydration makes your brain more reactive to changes. Drinking water consistently throughout the day provides a stable foundation for your nervous system. Second, manage your indoor environment. Use air conditioning during heat waves or a humidifier when the air is dry. Minimizing glare with softer lighting or wearing sunglasses can also reduce sensory overload. Next, focus on a consistent routine. Migraines often happen when small triggers pile up. When you keep your sleep, meals, and stress levels as predictable as possible, your brain becomes more resilient. This means when a storm does roll in, your system is better prepared to handle it. And finally, plan ahead. Check the weather forecast. If you see a big pressure drop or heat wave coming, you can take proactive steps. Maybe that means going to bed earlier, making extra sure you're hydrated, and avoiding other known triggers like certain foods. This approach turns the weather from an unpredictable enemy into something you can anticipate and manage. Ultimately, while you can't stop the rain, you can learn to build a better umbrella. Understanding your personal migraine patterns transforms the weather from a mysterious force into a manageable factor. Instead of being caught off guard, you become empowered with the knowledge of how your body responds and what you can do to reduce the impact. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content on managing your health. See you next time.